There's still people coming in. Let them hear you.
Hey! Can I remind you, pick your litter up and take it away with you. I know it's Edinburgh, but still, be nice.
Yeah, pick up your stuff, take it home, but keep on being here, keep standing here, keep cheering the people. There's still people leaving Holyrood.
There's still people getting on trains in Falkirk. Give them a cheer.
There's still people being born, growing up and getting on a train and coming right now.
There's a woman in Kilmarnock that's just about to get pregnant tonight. Do it for her unborn child. Right, now, the great revolution of the SNP in Westminster has been the fact that we've sent folk that had real jobs down to Westminster to cut through the shite and fandanery of...
Fandanery, it's a Gaelic word.
The Bob Aggery of these career politicians that
care nothing. The clack-wankery.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fudge muckery of these
and
social...
the shub-duggly.
Aye, and the sand bandery. It's like Countdown, but with more letters. Thank you, that's an excellent joke. And the one thing I've been proudest of is the fact that we sent down in 2015 an army, a contingent of real folk with real things. And who'd have thought a guy that had ran a comedy club for all these years would be as good at laughing at the fucking ball bags down there as he's been. He's had insight, he spoke with passion, and he's led from the front, and this is his constituency. Welcome, your MP, Mr. Tommy Sheppard.
Yeah! Tommy, you've got a tight 5.
Good afternoon, folks. It is a joy and a privilege to be able to welcome you here to the Meadows in the heart of our capital city. And it is my privilege to represent this area. Gone are the days when Edinburgh was the preserve of the Tory ruling classes. This is now an SNP-controlled city, and one which we intend to remain proud of. I congratulate you all for what has been the biggest march that we have had since those dark days of September the 19th, 2014. It has been a long 5 years, my friends, but I tell you, we are closer now to achieving the independence for our country than we have ever been. And I want to start with Brexit, which Peter mentioned. The people of this constituency, 74% of them voted against Brexit. And that was after most teenage voters and citizens of this city who were born in other European countries were taken off the register and not allowed to vote in the referendum. But 3/4 of the remainder voted to stay in the European Union. Because the people of this city and the people of this country want Scotland to be a proud, independent European country, working with our neighbours in order to make things better at home and abroad. And that is why I oppose Brexit. We did not vote for it, and we will not be dragged out of the European Union against our will. Brexit is a policy and a strategy devised by rich and powerful people who object to the rules of the European Union impinging on their ability to get even richer and more powerful. That is what is behind it. Brexit is part of a global right-wing campaign to try and roll back the gains that working people have made in this planet over several generations. That is why I am against it. I tell you this, we go back down to Westminster next week, and we will be discussing again in the run-up to Halloween whether there's going to be a deal or a no deal. I don't want a Brexit deal. I want no Brexit. And that is what I will be fighting for at every stage of the way. And once, as I am confident we will have done, once by Halloween, we get the Brexit deadline extended and prevent Boris Johnson getting what he wants and his do or die policy. Once that has happened, then I want a general election. Because I want to get rid of Boris Johnson and the most right-wing Conservative government that has existed in my lifetime. And I tell you this, my friends, this is a government without legitimacy. It is a government that has got no right to govern. It has no mandate, and they should go and face the people in a general election. And when it comes to that election here in Scotland, be under no mistake that this election gives us an opportunity to say not just that we do not like Brexit, not just that we do not like the Tories, but that we never, ever again want to be put in a position where we are dragged into that against our will. This coming election gives us the opportunity to demand the right to have an alternative future, an independent future where we take to ourselves the normal powers that people enjoy in many democratic countries throughout the world. And in doing that, my friends, let us be clear. We want that power in order to change Scotland. We don't want to just take it on as it is. The political power we seek will be in order to build a Scotland which is open and just and equal and compassionate and looking outward to the world. It will build a Scotland where we can be proud of how we treat ourselves and our citizens within the country, but also that will be respected across the globe, where we will have open borders and welcome people to come and live here with us and build our lives and create a new country based on those values. And that is why it is so despicable for our unionist opponents to try and suggest that the type of civic nationalism that we embody is something akin to the reactionary right-wing xenophobes of Eastern Europe and the Front National and the Law and Justice Party and all of the others. It is a disgusting slur that they mount upon us, because our civic nationalism is truly a movement for national liberation, in order not just to create a free country, but free spirits and free minds and a free people within that country. And when we do that, I am confident that we will be able to have the best of relations on this island of Britain and on this continent of Europe. And we will look back today at this March and October, and we will say, this is the point where we changed gear, where we went in to win the election and then to win next year a referendum so that we have the power to set up our own country, an independent Scotland. Thank you.
And Tommy Sheppard!